Hello, friends. Glad you're here. Seriously, because after this year, I've learned the only thing between you and a nightmare and a windbreaker is a neighbor who gives a damn and a box full of receipts. You ever have one of those afternoons that just hits you in the face with how ridiculous reality can get? Picture this. Quiet Tuesday. The lake outside is glassy. Even the geese are behaving. And I'm making coffee when I look up, and there's a guy in a windbreaker marked HOA officer, aiming a phone at my porch like he's auditioning for Cops, Suburban Edition. Next to him, there's a woman with a body cam and a smile so forced you could bottle it for customer service training, and a tall guy who looks at my living room like he's already picking out drapes. I didn't even know they were recording until Clipboard Man, Randall, he said, told camera woman, Riva, to mark the timestamp for refusal. Yeah, that happened. Randall starts with the whole sir. We're here to facilitate your transition out. There's been a vote. The board will be acquiring your property at market rate. I'm barely processing this, my foot jammed in the door, wondering if I'm on a hidden camera show. I ask for a court order because that's what you do when you're not ready to be steamrolled by someone wielding a laminated sheet and big HOA energy. The tall one twitches. Riva's smile flickers. We have board authorization, Randall says, waving his paper like it's holy writ. I tell them, you set foot inside, I call the police. You touch my door, that's trespassing and an illegal self-help eviction. This isn't a suggestion. Tall guy mutters, big mistake. I watch their eyes drift to the lake, probably already thinking about renting the place out. You know what I mean? Let me back up a sec. I bought this place 8 years ago, when all I wanted was some peace, a porch to oil, and a bit of lake to call my own. The HOA back then was more potluck and mailbox roof than paramilitary cosplay. We had sensible rules, no neon paint, no junk boats on the lawn, nothing rented for less than a month. It all changed when Vex showed up. Yeah, that's his real name, spreadsheets in hand, a smile that didn't reach his eyes, and a whole team. Randall, Riva, some lawyer whose last name never got pronounced right, and a bunch of absentee landlords playing Monopoly. They took over the board by proxy votes, called it modernization, and the rest of us just blinked. Fast forward to 6 months ago. I get a flyer, illegal in my mailbox. But who's counting? About the Portfolio Stabilization Initiative. Fancy talk for, we're buying houses to rent out. No list of targets. But the rumor mill doesn't wait for permission, and mine's on it. Waterfront yields, penciled right in the margin. I call Randall. It's voluntary, just opening conversations. How many volunteered? I ask. Productive dialogues, he says. They hadn't even changed the bylaws legally to own rentals. I document my refusal and send it certified mail. Legal aid tells you, always make a paper trail. A couple months later, they rammed through a bylaw amendment in a special meeting with less than an hour's notice. Illegal, by the way, requires 48 hours and open comment. I get the audio because Riva tried to turn it into a YouTube highlight reel, but forgot to cut Vex saying the quiet parts out loud. They even talk about uniforms for presents, because costumes apparently get you past locked doors. I file a complaint with the Attorney General, another with County Code Enforcement, because paperwork is the poor man's bulldog. Then comes Tuesday, and the windbreakers at my door. After slamming the storm door in their faces, I call the police non-emergency line. God bless that dispatcher, didn't even yawn. Individuals in HOA uniforms, attempting to evict, no court order. Cop comes, nods, tells me to post a no trespassing sign and keep a log. I call it the Vex Ledger, because sometimes all you have left is a private joke and a slow-burning sense of outrage. Next morning, there's a fake insurance inspection notice taped to my mailbox. Postal violation number 2. I call the HOA's insurer. We don't do surprise inspections, sir. I email the board, copy everyone and their counsel, file it all in the Vex Ledger. Riva replies, you are misinformed. Progress is messy. Yeah, progress apparently comes with threats. I work as a network tech. I know wires. So now my house is cammed up like a crime scene. Doorbell cam, 2 wildlife cams, 1 peeking out the dining room. I even wear a body cam walking my old dog Huckle. Evidence is how you bring daylight into court. Day 4, Huckle and I run into Jan, my neighbor, retired counselor, bakes a mean pie. Community treasurer until Vex crew steamrolled her. She gets a door hanger with a QR code for a housing transition satisfaction survey. Scan it. and it asks if she feels relief that non-compliant neighbors are leaving. Past tense, felt. That hits. We need to stop them, Jan says, fire in her eyes. We will. But with receipts, I promise. After that, weirdness. Cars parked in front of my house. Always different, always with dash cams. Always gone in 15. Cops are polite, but you can tell they're thinking, buddy, we got burglaries. My no trespassing sign is flipped backward one morning, screws crooked. Second porch visit happens while Jan's latest pie is cooling. Same windbreakers, this time with a manila envelope. Nuisance designation, $50 a day, admin fee, until I vacate. I tell them their rule is invalid, the fee illegal, and they can take their threat and file it where the sun don't shine. Tall guy hovers at the threshold, testing my patience and the law. I say, you cross that line, I stand my ground, call the cops, and you get charged. Randall actually hisses, we're the association. We set the rules. Courts set the law. I remind him, and you mow the roundabout. He leaves a dusty shoe print on my threshold. I photograph it. Petty evidence is still evidence. I call an attorney. Can't afford a pit bull, but I pay for a consult. He tells me they can't do any of this under state law. Document everything. Contest every fine. They're trying to create a private taking. HOAs aren't the police and can't film you like they're building a case. I leave with the statutes tabbed like a freshman's textbook and a little backbone restored. Then, twist time. Riva posts a behind-the-scenes clip to the HOA's social media, her educational series about compliance. In this gem, she calls homes units, talks about pushing out stubborn ones early, and shows a whiteboard, my name, Jan's, and the phrase Phase 1, capture waterfront. It gets screenshotted and deleted, but too late. This neighborhood never forgets. Jan calls. Legal in daylight, she says. She ropes in a journalist friend, a nephew who knows open meetings law cold, a couple more neighbors with skills and stomach. We set up shop in my dining room. Brownies, coffee, dog underfoot, receipt museum on a shared drive. Every screenshot, every fake notice, every meeting minute. We plot out timelines like we're prepping a court show. Reviewing porch cam footage, I spot something weird. Tall guy, during the threshold moment, slips something under my door seal. Later, Riva blocks my camera just so. Turns out, it's a tiny wireless sensor, evidence of attempted illegal surveillance. I bag it, label it, hand it to the police. The cops' eyebrows are punctuation marks. If they place this, that's over a line. The story hits the local paper, front page. Lake Community HOA accused of coercion. People wake up. The board schedules a town hall at a fancy gym. The crowd is bigger than the 4th of July. Vex and crew show up, looking like they're running for office. Jan asks about the nuisance label. Vex blusters. An old guy stands up, don't call my house a unit. I step up, hold the sensor bag. The room goes quiet. This is evidence. Police are investigating. Their lawyer can only say, no comment on ongoing investigations. Then Myra, spreadsheet wizard, projects the old and new bylaws, points out every illegal change. You can't evict people without due process. A car wash owner says, discretion isn't a truck that can drive over human rights. Questions fly. Who bought the uniforms? Who approved the body cams? For training, Riva says. Someone retorts, train your conscience. We in not with a vote, but with a surge. Neighbors swapping numbers, community waking up. I lay out my certified letter, police report, evidence bag in front of the lawyer. Come dressed like officers again. I file for a restraining order. Attempt illegal fines, I sue, and I'll win. The next weeks are a blur of letters, petitions, and open records requests. Half the community signs for a recall. We dig into board emails, find out tall guy isn't even a neighbor. Insurance carriers get notified. HOA starts sweating. We have a cookout on my lawn. Huckle gets hot dogs. When Vex drives by, he doesn't see a nuisance. He sees a community with a backbone. Then, another shot. Certified letter claims a $950 admin fee. Lien recorded against my house. Illegal. My attorney files for declaratory relief, injunctive relief, damages. Police report updated. Licensing complaint against tall man, not licensed. HOA lawyer files a motion to dismiss. Full of broad discretion and common good. Judge isn't buying it. On what authority can a private nonprofit force a homeowner out? No answer. We win a temporary restraining order. No fees, no uniforms, no more facilitation, no self-help. Community celebrates. Even the local news is on our side. Then an anonymous email drops. Vex and Randall plotting profit-sharing deals, telling Riva to get good b-roll, bragging about making it painful for me. We hand it to the AG and our lawyer. HOA insurers called in, liens flagged, everything sunlight. Next recall, 70% vote out the board. Interim board rescinds illegal rules, voids liens, apologizes, audits the books. Riva resigns. Tall man gets a cease and desist. I get reimbursed and a new roof. Life creeps back. Jan bakes. Myra does the budget. Elsie makes scones. We rewrite the rules. No more cop costumes. No fines without hearings. 30-day rental minimum stays. If someone comes to your door in a windbreaker demanding keys, ask for a court order. If there isn't one, keep your calm, keep your door. We mounted the old private officer's sign with a new plaque, retired. We have neighbors, not officers. Gather receipts, statutes, and a dessert if you've got one. My porch light glows just right, the dog snores, and the lake's doing what it always does, writing stories on the water. Now, you tell me, where's the line between progress and overreach? When does community mean home, and when does it mean power? Drop a comment, tell your story, tell me what you think justice really looks like, because the way I see it, we kept the room, and with it, each other. See you soon.